There is a specific kind of silence that happens right before a major life shift, Cancer, and you have been sitting in it for weeks. You've been looking at a certain situation, a door that used to be wide open, and you've noticed it's beginning to stick. It's becoming harder to push through. You might be feeling a sense of rejection or a weird frustration because things that used to be easy are now meeting massive resistance. If you are feeling heavy today, it's because you are trying to force your way into a room that the universe has already locked for your protection. The frequency of your path has changed, but your heart is still trying to resonate with an old vibration. Welcome back to Willow and the Wild. To the new viewers and the returning collective, I'm glad you found your way here. We are stepping into the unspoken truths of why certain paths are ending in 2026. This is a deep dive reading into the source energy behind the closed doors in your life right now. We aren't looking for excuses. We are looking for the clarity that allows you to stop fighting against the divine timing of your own evolution. The first energy manifesting in this space is the Three of Swords. Now, I want you to take a breath because this isn't just about heartbreak in the traditional sense. In this frequency, the Three of Swords represents a mental piercing, a moment where a truth becomes so sharp that you can no longer ignore it. You've been trying to keep your eyes closed to a certain reality, but the universe is using this closed door to protect your heart from a much deeper wound. This energy resonates with a situation where you've been giving your power away to a memory of what things used to be rather than what they are now. This mental conflict has been exhausting your water energy. You've been trapped in a loop of what if and if only, trying to figure out what you did wrong to cause this door to shut. But Source is whispering that you didn't do anything wrong. You simply grew. You became too large for the space you were in, and the universe had to close the door to prevent you from shrinking yourself just to fit back inside. This is the unspoken truth. The door isn't closed because you failed, it's closed because you've graduated. The frequency of that old room can no longer sustain the person you are becoming in 2026. Next, we see the Eight of Cups surfacing. This is a powerful movement energy for Cancer. It's the energy of walking away from the cups you've spent years filling. You've put so much emotional labor into this situation, so much of your own source energy, that it feels physically painful to turn your back on it. But look at the energy here. The cups aren't empty. They are just no longer enough. You are realizing that you can have enough and still be unfulfilled. This resonates with a deep soul hunger that can't be satisfied by the crumbs of a connection or a career that has reached its limit. You are being called to leave the shore you know for a mountain you haven't climbed yet. The unspoken truth about this Eight of Cups energy is that you've been waiting for the situation to become bad enough to leave. You've been waiting for a disaster to justify your departure. But the universe is closing the door quietly through a lack of resonance because it wants you to choose your own growth before the tower has to fall. This is a recalibration of your sovereignty. You are allowed to leave simply because you are done, not just because you are hurt. When we look at the Three of Swords and the Eight of Cups together, we see the anatomy of your current transition. Your mind is processing the sharp truth of the ending, while your soul is already halfway out the door. This friction is why you feel so weird and untethered lately. You are mourning the comfort of the familiar while simultaneously feeling the pull of the wild. The frequency of 2026 is demanding that you stop looking at the closed door with longing and start looking at the path behind you with gratitude for what it taught you.
Now, the Hanged Man reveals itself in the center of our spread. This is a call for a total shift in perspective. You feel like you are in a period of suspension, a waiting room where nothing is moving. You've been trying to force action, to pick the lock on that closed door, but the universe has you suspended here for a reason. This energy resonates with the need to see your situation from an entirely different angle. The door didn't close to keep you out, it closed to force you to turn around and see the entire landscape you've been ignoring. This suspension is a form of protection. If you had moved forward a month ago, you would have carried the old baggage with you. The universe is holding you in this in-between space to ensure that you are fully purged of the old vibrations. The unspoken truth of the Hanged Man is that your inactivity is actually the most productive thing you can do right now. You are manifesting through stillness. By refusing to struggle against the closed door, you are telling Source that you trust the new path, even though you can't see it yet. This is where your faith becomes a frequency. As we clarify this suspension, the Judgment card calls forward. This is a moment of reckoning and rebirth. You are hearing a call from your higher self that is louder than the noise of your past. This energy suggests that the door was closed because a higher version of your life is now demanding your presence. You are being judged only by the standards of your own potential. The frequency of judgment in 2026 is about a final awakening, a realization that the situations you've been mourning were actually anchors keeping you from your true calling. Moving into your stability and foundations, the King of Pentacles manifests. This is a grounded, high-value energy. It tells me that the closed door is specifically clearing the way for a massive upgrade in your material world and your sense of security. You've been settling for enough when the universe wants to give you abundance. The King of Pentacles resonates with a career shift or a financial realization that requires you to step into a leadership role. You cannot be the king of your own life if you are still begging for entry at a door that leads to a servant's quarters. This king energy is about mastery. It's about recognizing that you have the tools to build your own room instead of waiting to be invited into someone else's. The unspoken truth here is that your fear of the closed door is actually a fear of your own power. You are comfortable being the nurturer and the one who waits, but the universe is closing that door to force you to become the one who builds. The frequency of 2026 is moving you toward a solid, unshakable foundation, but it requires you to stop holding on to the rented spaces of your past. Now, the Seven of Swords reveals a hidden layer in this transition. This energy often resonates with something being taken away or a feeling of being robbed of an opportunity. But look at the energy differently. This is about what you are taking with you. You are being asked to be strategic. The door is closed, and you need to look at what swords or lessons you are carrying out of that room. Are you carrying the resentment, or are you carrying the wisdom? The universe is watching to see if you'll try to sneak back into the old energy, or if you'll move forward with only the tools that actually serve your highest path.
As you pull your focus away from the past, the Ace of Wands manifests a sudden, fiery spark. This is the why behind the closed door. The universe had to shut one path to ensure you had the energy and the focus to grab this new opportunity. The Ace of Wands is a wild burst of creativity and passion. It's a new beginning that feels completely different from anything you've done before. It resonates with a frequency of yes that you haven't felt in a long time. The door didn't just close, it was replaced by a gate leading to a much larger forest. This new spark is fragile, which is why the universe is keeping you in the hermit-like energy we saw previously. You need to protect this new vision while it's still in its infancy. The unspoken truth is that if that old door were still open, you would be too distracted by the familiar to ever notice this new light. The frequency of 2026 is asking you, are you brave enough to follow a spark into the dark? You've been asking for a sign, and this ace is the universe handing you a torch. The closed door was the signal to start walking in the other direction. The Six of Swords moves forward now to show the journey ahead. This is the energy of moving into calmer waters. You are leaving the turbulent frequency of the Three of Swords and the stuck energy of the Eight of Swords. You are in the boat now, and while the destination isn't fully visible yet, the water is becoming still. This resonates with a sense of relief that you haven't allowed yourself to feel because you were too busy mourning the ending. The universe is telling you that the hardest part, the part where you had to let go, is already over. You are being guided by ancestors and source energy right now. The unspoken truth of the Six of Swords is that you aren't rowing this boat alone. You are being moved by a current of destiny. Every time you stop trying to turn the boat back toward the closed door, the current moves you faster toward your Ten of Pentacles. The frequency of your journey is one of assisted transition. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to stay in the boat and keep your eyes on the horizon. At the bottom of the deck, the shadow energy reveals the High Priestess. This is the ultimate wild energy for a Cancer. She is the keeper of the secrets, the one who knows why the door had to close before you even asked. She is telling you that your intuition knew this was coming months ago. You've been fighting your own inner knowing because you are afraid of the silence. But the High Priestess is comfortable in the silence. She is asking you to trust the unseen work that the universe is doing on your behalf. The shift is complete, Cancer. You are moving from a frequency of resistance into a frequency of revelation. The closed door was never a rejection, it was a redirection into a version of yourself that is much more powerful, much more grounded, and much more aligned with source energy. Trust the night vision. Trust the stillness. The universe is clearing the brush so you can see the star that has been waiting for you all along. Which part of this resonates most with the door that just closed in your life? Which cup are you finally ready to leave on the shore? Manifestation is about aligning your actions with the closure the universe has already provided. Stop trying to revive what has already been cleared. Let the silence teach you who you are when you aren't trying to fix everyone else. If this reading resonated with you, please like the video and share it with someone who needs this message. Comment below with "I trust the path" to claim this frequency and let me know how this energy is showing up for you. Your interaction helps the algorithm find more of the Cancer collective who need this clarity. Make sure to subscribe to Willow and the Wild for more deep-rooted Cancer readings and updates on these 2026 shifts. To understand more about the specific energy coming your way next and the next door that is already opening, click on the video on your screen now. You are the master of your own depth. The universe supports you. Stay in your truth.